Welcome to Quiz Hub. Get ready to test your brain and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Are you ready? Let's go. What do you call the protective case around an egg? A. Shell. B. Skin. C. Husk. Correct answer, shell. The shell protects the inside of the egg. What do you call a person who studies rocks and mountains? A. Geologist. B. Biologist. C. Astronaut. Correct answer, geologist. Geologists study Earth's rocks, soil and land formations. Which one is a domestic animal? A. Tiger. B. Wolf. C. Cow. Correct answer, cow. Cows live on farms and near people. Which object spins to lift a helicopter into the air? A. Tail. B. Wing. C. Rotor. Correct answer, rotor. The rotor blades spin to create lift for the helicopter. What do you call the small doors on airplanes for passengers? A. Wings. B. Cabin doors. C. Hatches. Correct answer, cabin doors. Cabin doors let passengers enter and exit safely. Which tool do you use to cut wood? A. Knife. B. Saw. C. Brush. Correct answer, saw. A saw has teeth that cut through wood. What do you call the part of a pencil that you hold while writing? A. Shaft. B. Grip. C. Tip. Correct answer, grip. The grip is where your fingers hold the pencil comfortably. What do you call the tiny lights on a firework? A. Sparks. B. Bulbs. C. Candles. Correct answer, sparks. Sparks fly out from fireworks, making them bright and colorful. What do you call the small wheels under a suitcase? A. Casters. B. Rollers. C. Blades. Correct answer, casters. Casters help suitcases move easily. Which object keeps paper together without making holes? A. Stapler. B. Tape. C. Clip. Correct answer, clip. Paper clips hold sheets without damaging them. Which object helps people float in water safely? A. Life jacket. B. Helmet. C. Rope. Correct answer, life jacket. Life jackets keep people afloat in water. What do we call the tool used to cut grass in gardens? A. Knife. B. Lawnmower. C. Razor. Correct answer, lawnmower. Lawnmowers trim grass evenly. What do we call the colored strips used to decorate during parties? A. Ribbons. B. Strings. C. Paper. Correct answer, ribbons. Ribbons make decorations bright and festive. What do you call the small boat that rows using two pedals? A. Canoe. B. Ship. C. Ferry. Correct answer. Canoe. Canoes are narrow boats moved by paddling. What do we call the seat where a bus driver sits? A. Cabin. B. Bench. C. Box. Correct answer. Cabin. The driver's area in vehicle is called the cabin. Which fruit is green on the outside and red inside with black seeds? A. Watermelon. B. Apple. C. Banana. Correct answer. Watermelon. Watermelons have green skin and red flesh. What do you call the large cloth hung on a stage? A. Curtain. B. Carpet. C. Screen. Correct answer. Curtain. Curtains open and close to start or end shows. What do we call the marks left by tires on roads? A. Trail. B. Track. C. Rope. Correct answer. Track. Tire tracks show the path a vehicle took. Which animal has no legs? A. Tortoise. B. Snake. C. Bear. Correct answer. Snake. Snakes slither without legs. What do you call a book full of maps? A. Diary. B. Album. C. Atlas. Correct answer. Atlas. An atlas contains different maps of places. Which object makes loud beats in a music band? A. Guitar. B. Flute. C. Drum. Correct answer. Drum. Drums create strong rhythmic sounds. Which material melts when heated into candles? A. Wax. B. Clay. C. Oil. Correct answer. Wax. Candles are made from wax that melts with heat. What do we call a tall building with many floors? A. Cottage. B. Skyscraper. C. Hut. Correct answer. Skyscraper. Skyscrapers rise very high with multiple floors. What do you call the long line where the land meets the sea? A. Corner. B. Cliff. C. Coast. Correct answer. Coast. The coast is the boundary between land and ocean. What is the young one of a lion called? A. Calf. B. Chick. C. Cub. Correct answer. Cub. Baby lions are called cubs. Which object shows moving pictures on a large screen? A. Projector. B. Speaker. C. Fan. Correct answer. Projector. A projector displays images and videos on walls or screens. What do you call a person who fixes water pipes? A. Tailor. B. Plumber. C. Pilot. Correct answer. Plumber. Plumber repairs pipes and taps. What do we call a light that warns ships at night? A. Torch. B. A lighthouse. C. Lamp. Correct answer, lighthouse. Lighthouses help ships avoid danger in the dark. What do we call the paper that proves something was bought? A. Receipt. B. Poster. C. Label. Correct answer, receipt. A receipt records the items purchased. What do we call the circular toy that spins around your waist? A. Hoopla. B. Hula hoop. C. Circle ring. Correct answer, hula hoop. A hula hoop rotates around the waist with movement. What do we call the tiny metal rings that hold notebooks together? A. Clips. B. Spiral binding. C. Chains. Correct answer, spiral binding. Spiral binding keeps papers together and lets a notebook flip easily. In which place would an echo be the strongest? A. Forest. B. Stone tunnel. C. Beach. Correct answer, stone tunnel. Hard, close walls bounce sound easily. Which item would float longest in water? A. A dry leaf. B. A marble. C. A coin. Correct answer, a dry leaf. Leaves trap air and have low density. Which smell is easiest to notice from far away? A. Plain rice. B. Cold water. C. Fresh popcorn. Correct answer, fresh popcorn. Popcorn releases strong aromatic compounds. Which country produces the most cocoa for chocolates? A. Ghana. B. Ivory Coast. C. Brazil. Correct answer, Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is the world's largest cocoa producer. Which country has a lake that turns bright pink naturally? A. Australia. B. Italy. C. Peru. Correct answer, Australia. Lake Hillier is naturally pink. What invention allowed skyscrapers to become possible? A. Steel. B. Electricity. C. Elevators. Correct answer, elevators. People can't climb dozens of floors without them. Which object tells time without numbers? A. Sundial. B. Toothbrush. C. Street light. Correct answer, sundial. A sundial uses shadows instead of numbers to show time. Which part of a book tells us what each chapter contains? A. Index. B. Table of contents. C. Introduction. Correct answer, table of contents. The table of contents lists topics and page numbers. What do we call the long tunnels that water travels through inside a city? A. Pipelines. B. Elevators. C. Bridges. Correct answer, pipelines. Pipelines carry water underground. What do we call money stored safely in a bank? A. Deposit. B. Receipt. C. Coupon. Correct answer, deposit. Money kept in a bank is called a deposit. What do we call the tiny computer in a smart watch? A. Microchip. B. Battery. C. Magnet. Correct answer. Microchip. A microchip controls all digital functions. What do we call the raised dots used by blind people for reading? A. Scribble. B. Stickers. C. Braille. Correct answer. Braille. Braille uses patterns of dots for reading by touch. What do you call the card that shows your name and allows entry into a school or office? A. ID card. B. Scorecard. C. Menu card. Correct answer. ID card. Identity card proves who you are and gives you access. What do students use to highlight important tags in books? A. A highlighter pen. B. Glue stick. C. Magnet. Correct answer. Highlighter pen. Highlighters mark key lines in bright colors. What object is used to measure time during sport races? A. Stopwatch. B. Compass. C. Stapler. Correct answer. Stopwatch. Stopwatches record seconds and milliseconds. What do we call the passport size book used for traveling between countries? A. Diary. B. Passport. C. Textbook. Correct answer. Passport. A passport is needed to travel abroad. What do you call the metal bars people hold while climbing stairs in public places? A. Railings. B. Crowbars. C. TV antennas. Correct answer. Railings. Railings help people climb safely. Which device measures your steps while walking? A. Pedometer. B. Thermometer. C. Tape dispenser. Correct answer. Pedometer. Pedometers track daily steps. What is the long wooden stick used by conductors to direct musicians? A. Button. Wand. B. Straw. C. Torch. Correct answer. Button/wand. Conductors use a baton to guide rhythm. If you love quizzes, like, share and subscribe. How many did you get right? Comment below. Keep quizzing with Quiz Hub.